Welcome to the African News Update on Top Accolade News. The headlines: Mozambican opposition leader calls for protests. Kenyan anti-government critics released after abductions. Mali seizes gold stock at BARRICK gold site. Egypt takes steps to expand solar power. In politics, Mozambican opposition leader calls for protests. Mozambican opposition leader Venancio Mondlane has called for 3 days of protest this week following his return from exile and recent clashes between his supporters and police in Maputo. Mondlane claimed that he was denied victory in last October's election, which were officially awarded to the ruling Frelimo party. In a Facebook post, Mondlane urged for a nationwide strike as the new parliament is set to convene on Monday, with Frelimo's Daniel Chapo taking office as president on Wednesday. Chapo, a former governor, will succeed Filipe Nyusi as Mozambique's new leader. Still in politics, Kenyan anti-government critics released after abductions. In Kenya, several prominent anti-government activists, including agriculture students Gideon Kibet, have been released after a wave of abductions targeting government critics. Kibet, who had been abducted after posting critical cartoons of President William Ruto, was freed just days after the president's promise to end such incidents. The abductions have sparked nationwide protests, with critics arguing the government of orchestrating these disappearances to silence opposition voices. Human rights groups and activists argue these incidents are part of a broader campaign of intimidation against those speaking out on social media. As fears of further abductions grow, many activists have vowed to remain silent, fearing more retaliation. Shifting focus to economy, Mali seizes gold stock at BARRICK gold site. Mali's government have begun enforcing a provisional order to seize gold stock from BARRICK gold's mining sites. The Canadian mining company confirmed the move in a memo to staff, stating that the government enforcement began in January 11. BARRICK, which had previously warned of temporary suspension of operation, raised concern over the restriction of its gold shipments. The government's action comes after a series of tense developments between the two parties, highlighting the ongoing challenges for foreign mining companies operating in Mali. Still in economy, Egypt takes steps to expand solar power. Egypt is accelerating its push towards solar power generation after a sharp decline in domestic gas production and rising import costs led to blackouts last summer. The government is working to address the issue by launching a series of large solar projects, including a $500 million 500-megawatt solar plant by UAE-based power in Aswan. With solar energy potentially cheaper than gas-powered electricity, officials aim to increase renewables by 42% of the national grid by 2030. However, challenges such as outdated regulation and subsidies continue to slow the transition, with the government seeking international support to strengthen the grid and reduce energy dependency. You are watching the African News Update on Top Accolade News. Do stay with us. Still to come. Thanks for staying with us. In security, Sudanese military recaptures strategic city from RSF rebels. In Sudan, the military has successfully recaptured the city of Wad Medani from the rebel rapid support forces, officials confirmed. This marks a significant victory for the military more than a year after the RSF took control of the city, which had served as a refuge for displaced families during the early stages of the conflict. The war, which erupted in April 2023 between Sudan's military and RSF, has claimed over 28,000 lives and displaced millions, with the United Nations and human rights groups reporting widespread atrocities. While the military works to clear RSF remnants from the city, the ongoing conflict continues to devastate the nation, with the International Criminal Court investigating potential war crimes. Still in security, DRC military claims key victory against M23 rebels. In the ongoing conflict in the Democratic Republic of Congo, the Congolese army has reported significant military gains, successfully pushing back M23 rebel forces from key towns in South and North Kivu provinces. Despite a ceasefire agreement, military spokesperson emphasized the right of Congolese forces to respond to attacks, especially from neighboring Rwanda. The M23, a rebel group which alleged ties to Rwanda, has escalated its territorial advances, leading to renewed calls for peace from Rwanda. The international community continues to monitor the humanitarian impact, with thousands of displaced civilians caught in the crossfire. Moving to entertainment, FIIFI COLEMAN launches welfare scheme for aged actors in Ghana. Actor FIIFI COLEMAN has spoken out about the ongoing neglect of aged actors in Ghana, calling the issue a failed work rather than just a crisis. At the launch of the private actors welfare scheme in Accra, he highlighted the long-standing struggle of veterans who dedicated their lives to the entertainment industry but are often left vulnerable in their old age. The new insurance coverage aims to provide long-term support for aged actors, ensuring that they are cared for beyond times of crisis. Coleman stressed the need for a sustainable framework that protects actors throughout their lives, not just in times of need, and urged colleagues to support their veterans. Now in sports, Ethiopian athletes dominate Dubai Marathon with strong wins. It was a triumphant day for Ethiopia at the Dubai Marathon, with Bute Gemechu taking the men's title in time of 2 hours, 4 minutes and 51 seconds. The 23-year-old newcomer, having competed in only a few international races, impressed on his debut, securing the win. In the women's race, Bedetu Hipa claimed victory in a thrilling finish, overtaking Dira Diga in the final stretch to win a world-leading time of 2 hours, 18 minutes and 27 seconds. Dida finished just 4 seconds behind. Ethiopians dominated the top 10 in both the men's and women's races, making it a historic performance in Dubai. That concludes our African news updates for today. Stay tuned for more African news and developments. Thanks for joining us. I am Ojo Arumi Okocha. Connect and engage with us on all our social media handles. Do have a wonderful day.